Good afternoon, everyone. To some, it's good evening and good morning. There's breaking news in the Gabby Petito case. The FBI just did a press conference and they immediately gave their condolences to Gabby's family. And so they said the human remains that were found in the area they were searching were in fact Gabby's. They said it was consistent with Gabby's description. They obviously have to wait on forensics for 100% identification. So cause of death has not been determined. They said, again, they gave their condolences and announced that they've already contacted Gabby's family. They said that the tips were remarkable in the amount of tips. In the last couple of days, we've seen people come forward, which is just awesome. You have people working together, they're going on TikTok, they're searching their videos, they're searching their pictures, they're doing whatever they can. And it's leading to credible tips. One of the YouTubers were, please somebody put that in the comments, so that we can, I can't remember what the name is now, and I apologize, but they had been in the area and had filmed and went past what is believed to be Gabby's van. So that was great. She came forward, she scrubbed through her video, and there we go. So we're seeing people come forward and working together, which is awesome. And they said if anybody was in this Spread Creek dispersed campground between August 27th and 30th, to please call 1-800-CALL-FBI. And also, I got to double check this because my chicken scratch is a little bit crazy. I think it's tips.fbi.gov, but I got to double check that. And then you can also upload photos and info at fbi.gov/Petito. And there's another phone number, 303-629-7171. I know everybody is so sad. May God have mercy on whoever's involved. R.I.P. sweetheart. Absolutely. 22-year-old Gabby Petito found today in the area where they believe she last was. Vehicle was seen. So now we will wait and find out. I'll do obviously another video on confirmation. I was working on the last couple of days of videos and today as well. I had thought of something this morning and then have been connecting the dots today, and then we found this news. So I will hold off, obviously, on that, and you'll get one possibly tomorrow then on this. And it's still relevant and still very, very important in my belief, in my opinion. Brianna says, this is heartbreaking. What do you think about the traffic stop prior and how the police ultimately ended up handling the incident? The traffic stop prior, I'm assuming you're saying about the body cam footage in the 2 weeks before. Well, I think, well, first of all, it looks pretty bad on Brian. Either way you slice it, it looks pretty bad for him to have the van and go home and no Gabby. We've heard things about him hitchhiking. And then it's like, well, wait a minute, you went back and got the van. How'd you get the van? So I'm working on the timeline on that. As for the police, I mean, I'm learning the Florida laws. Okay, that's I guess what I could say about that. He did take her vehicle. However, perhaps because they were living together, that he was allowed to ride her vehicle or take her vehicle. He's not talking. He got a lawyer, which he's entitled to do. But morally, I mean, if it was nothing nefarious, then why wouldn't you just say, we had a fight, can you just go pick her up? Like, I'm worried about her. I don't know. But the cause of death has not been stated yet. So I guess we wait till that. But thank you, Brianna, for your question and your super chat. I appreciate it. It's just hard to say right now. First, I guess they're going to have to find Brian and see what's going on there. because he's hiding. So you don't hide if you have nothing to hide, in my opinion. Mama She 13, thank you so much. So let's give some hearts out for Gabby today and her family. So sad. I mean, in one hand, her documenting her trip and social media and those kinds of things made it easier for a timeline for the authorities. And then the wonderful people coming forward and saying, yeah, I think I saw it, Brian. I think I saw the vehicle. This is what I describe it as, you know, and it leads there. So for Brian to keep quiet over in Florida, you know, whatever on that, and like, you know what I mean? Like, at least there's kind, caring human beings who are concerned about a 22-year-old, 110-pound girl stuck in the middle of nowhere with no van and no anything, unless she was already gone, right? We just don't know yet. And they're coming forward and helping. So there's good in this world too. I know it's hard because we hear about this and it's upsetting, obviously. And oh, this is interesting. That redhead chicknick said they were living together with no common law in Florida. Okay, so I'm just learning about these Florida laws. In Canada, it's like after 6 months was, you know, half is half. So I'm not too sure about that. But oh, red, white, and Bethune. Okay, that's it. Okay, awesome. So that's their YouTube channel, and they had spotted the van. I believe it was the 27th that it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. Let me just search this. I think it was the 27th of August. Yeah, between 6 and 6:30 p.m. So Janet O'Callahan says, so that very sad for her family. May Gabby rest in peace and justice is brought and served to her family. Now, where is Brian? I guess that's the question, isn't it? One of the interesting pieces of information I'd like to know more about is the report of, well, Brian's missing since Tuesday and Friday night. Remember, we saw the authorities at his parents' house at the request of the parents. But now I read today that the Ford Mustang was actually gone, and the parents picked it up. So I'd like to know more about that, and I'd like to know more about obviously where Brian is. I'm sure the FBI has a little more incentive to go and find him. I mean, not that they weren't. They've been looking for him for the last 2 days, and I saw pictures of that. The pictures were, man, I said he probably needs a change of underwear at that point, because I wouldn't want that many SWAT to be coming and looking for me. That's pretty scary, unless it was a good thing to come look for me, you know what I mean? But that's kind of scary. So he did that on himself. So he just had to say, you know, even just something that happened. So hang on just a sec, you guys. 1 sec. I'll be right back. I know I'm in the middle of a live. All right. Sorry, guys. Come back. Okay. So there's the hearts. Very nice. Thank you very much. Okay. So if you're just joining me right now, I'll do a quick recap because I know I started off right in the beginning. There was an announcement made today by the FBI that there were human remains that were consistent with Gabby Petito. They right off the bat said condolences to Gabby's family. and the cause of death has not been yet determined. Obviously, the coroner took her, and they have to do forensics and all that stuff. She was found in the area of the Spread Creek dispersed campground area, and they said if you were in that area to please look or to report it, or also look through photos and any info that you have, videos from the 27th to 30th of August. And they said that the tips were remarkable that's coming in. And we've been seeing that, haven't we, in social media, as I mentioned earlier, that they've been sending in information, putting it on YouTube and TikTok, and talking to the FBI, obviously, as well. And so it's important. It's important. If anybody has that information, call 1-800-CALL-FBI. That's probably the easiest phone number. There's also 303-629-7171. I did get a couple of screenshots today of the area that they were looking in. You can see that they have, this should show up. And for some reason it's not, which is weird. Hang on. Let's see if that'll do it again. Are you guys seeing that? Because for some reason it's not coming up. That's very bizarre. Okay, not meant to show it. It was just a little bit of the area. You could see horses, and you can see them put up a tent. So it's nothing crazy to show, but that's what I had. A couple screenshots were the area and the terrain that they were looking. So we have that. Welcome to the new members in the crime ring. For those of you who are wondering what the green highlight is, that's new members in my crime ring. Welcome aboard. And thank you so much to Samantha Jordan as well. Thank you so much. So that's where we're at. It's so sad. It really is so sad. She just wanted, they went camping, going across country on a trip that just turned not good. So I do want to find out, obviously, what the cause of death would be, and then go from there. I'm working on a video. I've been working on 2 videos, one on Gabby's timeline, the other one I'm not going to say yet. You'll see it tomorrow, hopefully, if I can get that done. But it was important this morning before I found out, and it's important now. So we'll do that. There should be mods in here. If not, hopefully there will be. Just one sec. I'm just going to message, and then we'll go from there. How far was her body found from where the couple said they spotted the van? We don't know that. It's in the same vicinity, I believe. So condolences to the Petito family, in tears for them and Gabby. Thank you so much, Tiara. Is it Tiara or Tiara? I like your name, Tiara Charmaine. On WFLA, someone said Brian has been active on Instagram today. I was on Brian's Instagram all day, but let's see maybe what's happening here. Don't see anything on active, so I'm not sure what they're talking about. I guess we'll find out later, maybe. Colette says, my heart is broken. Yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad. And not just sad, it's just sad all around. Even the first responders, I feel bad. Somebody just made a comment about choking back tears, the guy who was doing the press conference. Imagine finding someone And that's rough. And I don't know if he was there or not. I'm just saying. And then, you get to know the family. I can personally speak for even just the cases that I work on, the ones that I do talk to the family. It's like, and I could say this on my Justin Evans case. When I found out that Justin was found and had working on these videos for 5 months or whatever it'd been, and I found out his absolute devastation. It's just, you just grieve. A lot of you grieve too, right? I'm thankful in aspects that there were quick tips to lead to her so that she's not out there for a long time, because that's torture on families. But at the same time, a 22-year-old girl shouldn't be coming home this way. And that's how I feel about that. So she had plans, she had, things for the future. I have warning flags about that body cam footage. I know you guys do too. And things that are coming out now with different sightings and whatnot. So the important thing is now they'll I guess officially announce that it is Gabby, even though they did say it in an earlier press conference with the FBI. They said it's consistent with Gabby's description, and they're just waiting on forensics. So they wouldn't do a conference like that and say that unless they're fairly confident. So that's where we're at there. Now we get to work on the other stuff, on the timelines, and an interesting one I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So make sure tomorrow, if you guys come back to take a look at the video, unless something else crazy happens, I'll be trying to put that video out. So if you haven't subscribed, or if you haven't, just do that and put the notification bell, then you'll be able to follow this case from my point of view as well. And we go from there. Is there any other questions? Aramis Ann. Yes. Okay. So please add her photo behind you. Yes, I will. So I'll show you guys. I just received these in the mail, and today was supposed to be, maybe it'll be tonight's project. So this here is my new frames. They're digital. They will be going up on here. So because unfortunately, there's a lot of people that have to go on that shelf. And I bought 2 of those. So I guess I could show you this one because that's what I'm writing on right now. But those will go up on the shelf. So I will be adding Summer Wells, Justin Evans, and now Gabby Petito. So now there's justice for that we seek for Gabby. So I'm not sure yet, obviously, what's going on the other end with Brian, but he's not here. So, he's hiding right now. Or I don't know, but we know at this point, that's what they're saying. Christy says they all hit kind of hard, but Gabby and JJ, Tylee, and Gannon were extra tough. It's so tough with these, and you follow it. Everybody, I'm sure, can see a little piece of them in these stories somehow, and then at the same time, you're wondering what the heck happened and how can people be like that. One of the things that was interesting is Gabby and Brian both followed true crime podcasts, books, and that kind of thing too. There's some interesting areas that they visited. So it's tough. So how long were they together dating? I understand that they were dating for a couple years, but they knew each other since school. So a lot of people are mentioning the comments about Brian's parents. I'm wondering what's happening there. Obviously, he lawyered up right away. Then on Tuesday, he went hiking in the area down in Florida, and I read today in the news about them picking up his Mustang, and then they reported him missing on Friday. So I don't know what's going on there. So we'll see. Now we know in terms of the timeline, we know that Gabby's mom talked to Gabby on FaceTime, and there's reports on the 24th, 25th. Okay, so most of it's 24th, some saying 25th. She talked to her on FaceTime. The 25th, we saw that beautiful picture with Gabby in front of that butterfly mural, and that was in Ogden, Utah on the 25th. And then we were seeing reports come in where she was in a store with Brian in Victor. Let me pull that. In Rustic Row in Victor. And it said, Brian and Gabby came to Rustic Row. They told me they were traveling from Florida. They had just been to Teton Park, and they said they were interested in going to Yellowstone. And I told them they could go to the west entrance. They seemed happy, and when they left, she hollered back from the door that they were engaged. And then I said, congratulations. And then August 27th, between 6 and 6:30, Gabby's van was on the YouTuber's video, Red, Blue, and Bethune. And then that was in that Spread Creek dispersed camping area. But on the 26th evening, I believe it was the 26th evening, somebody saw or reported they saw a guy matching the description of Brian at a Bullwinkle's pub on West Yellowstone Park, or I guess west of, what do you call it? Yellowstone West. So there was some sort of sighting there at nighttime. And then he was also hitchhiking, right? And where was that? Oh, he hitchhiked that the day before that. 27th, they saw the van, and then that was also the day there was a text message to Gabby's mom, and then also on the 30th, which she says it doesn't sound like him, or sound like Gabby. So we know that, well, I guess the news has confirmed with the one video, that's what they said, of the Red, White, and Bethune, that their video. So it's terrible. So by the 1st, Brian was back in Florida, and it's a 30-hour drive. So I don't know if he split it up. I don't know when he went to go get the van. At this point, I have to take a little bit, more of a look, but yes, FBI had a press conference. That's what this is all about tonight that I'm talking about. So, correct. They don't know if it's a homicide. They didn't say anything of the sort, just that Gabby was found. Cause of death is not revealed. They have to go to forensics, and then we'll find out. Yeah, I've already said that as well. FBI said that they want info from the 27th to 30th. I gave the phone numbers out, and also if you want to upload those photos and information, you can do so at fbi.gov/Petito. So based on that, from the 27th to 30th, I mean, we saw him hitchhike as well, right? So, or the couple reported him hitchhiking, and he wasn't around the van, so he needed to go back to the van at some point to take the van home. Your eyes must spin at the comments. Hi, Andrea. Nice to see you. So, I think that's what we have for now. Other than that, I'll be doing a couple videos on that, diving into a few different things. And of course, my timelines as well. So we'll figure that out. How long to determine cause of death? I'm not sure. Depends on how long, a few days could be. I don't know. Every case is different. Welcome aboard, Susie. Run amok girl, I'm going to find you here. I see your super chat. There you go. Thank you for your live chat today, Lynn. It feels like a family gathering to share heartbreaking news. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's important. I know a lot of you follow the case and you need somewhere to go to vent or just chat it out or whatever, right? Especially a lot of these cases are heartbreaking and they affect us. I know even just from doing this channel for almost 2 years. In December, it'll be 2 years. And a lot of you need a place to go to chat about it and are affected deeply. Some people can't even sleep at night. So I know for me, my head spins at all the info, and sometimes I'm working it out even when I'm sleeping. So, so it's nice to be able to sit and have a chat about it. Okay, let's see here. Man's redemption maybe says he's been out there for days, no clean drinking water, no food, no shelter, 4 choices. He's dead. The elements will get him. He will surrender, or somehow he managed to leave the country. Right. We don't know. We don't know the situation, right? We don't know if he has skills, and so did Gabby, that we know of, right? If they've been camping out there for some time, they'd have to have some sort of skills. So maybe that's why he's been able to hide out. Your choices are, it's true. How many other choices there are. Thank you so much for your super chat too, by the way. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been what are we going on? Almost, not quite a week, right? If he was Tuesday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so 5 nights. If he's in fact there, we don't know if he's there. That's where the parents said to look. So I'm questioning that at this point, but I'm sure all of you are as well. Thank you so much, Gina. SSS says his parents hired him a lawyer. They orchestrated his departure and paid for his escape. Anything's possible at this point. One would think that he wouldn't go all the way home to Florida without her in her van and no phone, or a phone that can't be charged if you're in the wilderness. So I don't know. They will find him, but the whole situation is so frustrating with the Laundry family. Thanks for all you do. Thank you so much, Melon Bug. Cute name. Yeah, it is frustrating. I'm sure it's frustrating even for law enforcement at this point. I saw on Friday night when they were, the police were at the Laundry home. I saw a woman, she was very vocal, very, very vocal, and she was on a megaphone. And a lot of people are frustrated. And it is frustrating because you're thinking, man, this guy's with her for 2.5 years. Like, what happened? What happened, right? Even if, like, in my mind, even if she said to flip off and don't come around here or whatever, how do you not pick up a phone going, yeah, listen, I got into a fight. We got into an altercation, but she's my girlfriend or my fiance, whatever, and I need you to check to make sure she's okay. So there's something weird there, right? I don't know. I just feel like it's very sad. So yes, he has a right, his constitutional right. And that's about that. Okay, so thank you, Amy Gibbs. I see that super sticker. There you are. Thank you so much. And welcome to the new members of my crime ring. Didn't he get a ride with the couple? Yes, he got a ride. Her name's Miranda Baker. She was talking on TikTok about picking him up. And then he was offering $200 to go to Jackson. But I had talked about this in my Zoom group last night and a member talked about, well, maybe he thought she was meaning Jackson, Florida. So it could be, and then found out, no, that they're going to Jackson Hole. So he wanted to get out. Could be. But offering $200 then to go somewhere you're pretty desperate to go, right? So then after that point, he got the van. So that's where it's going. It'd be interesting to find out Gabby's pings and Brian's pings and where that all played out. And also the van itself, if it has the telematics on it, if they can pull anything from that, how long it was sitting there, where did it go? People are asking, was she found? Yes, they announced it today. The FBI said that it was her the description, and it was Gabby, but they are doing forensics so they can say 100%. So Mimi J says, I need a break from it sometime. I think everybody needs a break sometimes. It's really tough. So somebody says there is not a Jackson, Florida, but it's Jacksonville, isn't it? But maybe he heard that, or he heard something. I don't know. $200 to go 10 minutes. I don't know. Just arriving. Hello. So I wonder, though, tell me what you think about this. If there's a possibility, do you think, well, maybe I shouldn't ask this yet. Okay, if this turns out to be connection with her death to Brian, and the parents aren't telling exactly what happened, then I'm thinking there could be an obstruction charge. Wouldn't you think? However, it's just weird that they pick up his vehicle, bring it home, and then report him on Friday. Why are you doing that? That's weird. Somebody says bingo. Thank you, Les. Thank you so much. So there's going to be some interesting events after this. If they're going to find him, when they find him, what's that going to be like? What the cause of death would be. I'm so sad for this young girl. It's so sad. Like, wanted to live the van life, right? Was working on her YouTube, was working on her Instagram, wanted to just, I don't know, just travel and have fun, and now her entire life is gone. No babies, no marriage, no growing up, no getting old, no having grandchildren, no nothing. And it's 22 years old, so young, so sad. I saw her friend speak out. She was supposed to meet Gabby on the 29th of August in the Yellowstone Park area. It was her birthday, and she never showed up, and she never talked to her about it too. So it was weird. There was a story about Brian, and she was talking that they went. Well, there's two things she said. She said one, they got in fights, and Gabby came over like 7 times in a year, she would estimate, and when they were fighting. But she said that there was one night that they went out and they were line dancing, and Gabby, they were excited because it was, ladies' night or something like that. And they went line dancing, and Gabby went to get out her ID, but it was gone. And so she had insinuated in the interview that Brian had taken the ID and that he had some jealousy issues. So I do wonder, and I said this before, he was very anti-media, or is. That's what, according to his Instagram, like he'd rather get bug bites than something about the media, something like that. So I wondered if it had bothered him, regardless if he is involved in what happened to Gabby or not, okay? But I'm curious about this. I wonder if he's bothered by doing the YouTube channel, doing Instagram, doing a blog, because she had said so in the body cam, like, he doesn't believe I can do this. And also because he was kind of anti-media, I don't see him loving the idea of her doing that. So I wonder if that was a little bit of a bone of contention on there, like maybe something there. And she wouldn't be giving him attention like she would before, because she's working so hard on it. And that video that she or they produced on YouTube would take some time, takes time to film. They did drone videos, then they had to edit it, or she had to edit it. I'm guessing it's her that edited it and then putting it up, only because she was talking about working it on so much on the computer. So if that's the case, I mean, that doesn't take, no time. I mean, I just edit some of my videos. They take anywhere from 2 to 5 hours to edit. So that's a lot of time when you're living the van life and traveling, right? But again, he did a lot of the driving. She could have been easily working on it, but maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of maybes right now. We don't know the cause of death and what, but I wondered about the media thing, especially because she made the comment that he doesn't think that, she could do it, or she felt like he doesn't think that. So Brandon says, new here, welcome aboard. Do you think it was a crime of passion, accident, or premeditated? Seems like Brian was controlling. He was very calm in the police footage. I found him in the police footage a little too happy, in my own opinion. It's my own opinion. I think there was a lot of lead up. I'm waiting to see what the cause of death is for me to say something definitive. But it doesn't look good when she's found today and he left without a phone call to the parents, like Gabby's parents, without a phone call reporting her missing, nothing, and he just went about his life once he got home. For me, premeditation, I don't know about that. They're out doing that. I mean, they've been months on the road. I don't know. Maybe it could have been an accident. Maybe Brian wasn't even involved, even though not looking good on that, in my own opinion. But yeah, there's some red flags in that body cam footage. Perhaps I'll do that in a video too, on my own thoughts. Hello, Susan. Sherry says he could have just broke up with her. Yep. So hello, Alma's from Florida. Welcome. All right, so let me see here. Yeah, this I don't like that. Hey, his parents picked up the Mustang. That's what the news reported today. And I thought, what? And we saw the Mustang on Friday night. So why would you pick that up if if he was hiking, he needed a ride back? Like I don't know about that. But who knows? They could have a answer for that and the lawyer answers something, but it's not good. Linda, his IG account is up, but comments are being deleted. Interesting. Wow, there's some people are see you on a Netflix documentary soon, guy. Okay, well anyways, I'll have to take a look at that after. I haven't seen. Somebody says thanks for being here with Linda. That's sweet. All right, so very, very sad. Very sad. And I mean, both of them, they were together for years and they knew each other. And Gabby lived with his parents for about a year, I believe it was. So heartbreaking when the family can't get together with the other family and figure out what's going on or help each other. Queen V says, hey, Linda, I'm a day one since the Valo and Gannon case. Just want to say thank you for always being so detailed. I'm here to stay. We love you. Thank you, Queen V. I appreciate it. I appreciate you too. Thanks for all of you hanging out with me today. And unfortunately, we're sharing some not so great news, a terrible, horrific news about Gabby. But I do appreciate we can hang out here and have a chance to talk and ask questions, and you say what's on your mind and I can say what's on my mind for the most part. But I do appreciate you very, very much. Without you guys, I wouldn't have this channel. So hearts are coming in. Yeah, it's important. It's important to have a place and a safe space. Our mods are amazing. So thank you so much to the mods. And we keep it classy here. So yes, somebody's asking if we have an OnlyFans account. It's my members. Maybe the mods will do it, but I can just show you if you wanted to join that. You can. It's called The Crime Ring. And hopefully I get this right. So many links that I know I have to remember, and so many details and timelines. I don't know how many cases I'm following right now, but I follow every single one, and I'm super nerdy when it comes to the timeline. I need to know all of it, right down to the details. So sometimes I don't even know how. The truth isn't always so classy. I agree. So, oops. Brent says all the info law enforcement in Florida have about Brian's whereabouts are fed to them from his family. He could be anywhere by now. Is very true. I had wondered that. I wondered, was Brian at that spot where they're looking for him? Was he on Tuesday, but maybe went somewhere else? And then by the time, 3 days later, they phone the authorities. I don't know. It's just, it would be heartbreaking. I mean, when you think of it, those of you out there who have a significant other, right? If you're with them and then all of a sudden something happened, wouldn't you be calling and talking to the other people's family? So could you imagine that? That's just not good. Valerie, I see you there. Let me just see here. Valerie says, so very sad for Gabby's family and friends. Thank you so much for keeping us so well informed with your kindness and compassion, Linda. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, very, very sad day. It's torture. At the same time, it's hard because I know families who have had this tragedy, and the torture is not knowing where their child is and having to wonder every day. So on one aspect, she's coming home and they know, but the other aspect's not the way she should be coming home, you know? Heartbreaking. And senseless. We don't know how she died yet, but she's 22. It wasn't natural causes, in my opinion. Karen says, I still say his father flew out to Wyoming and helped him drive back. Oh, I see what you're saying. Interesting aspect on that. 30 hours is a bit, for sure. I don't know how much, I want to know how long Brian can drive. I know their average trip was like every 4 hours kind of thing. They stopped, but they were sightseeing, right? And I think one was 9 hours one day. So I had wondered, now years and years ago, I had moved out to California and I was Gabby's age. And I drove, and I think the first day I drove 12 or 13 hours, and then I called her, quits from Canada. And then the next day, I think it was another, I want to say 6 or 8 hours. I can't quite remember, but now I can only drive 4 to 6 and I fall asleep driving. So it's different when you're my age. I'm not going to say my age. It's different when you're my age compared to when you're in your 20s. So could be split that day in two, and that'd be okay if that's 15 hours. Well, that's more than that because it was 34 hours, maybe 17 hours, so I doubt it. So we're looking at 3 days. So 29, 30, 31, 1, or 29, 30, 31, 1. Depending on, that. So she was found, yes, today. Susan Swan Song says it's a crime. In the beginning of September, you said it was going to be a busy month. Did you know how busy? No. The month is full with all these different cases, and now Gabby went missing, and the information on this has happened very, very quickly, and that's one of the things. Like sometimes YouTubers are put in a bad light, or people on social media, but they shouldn't be, right? I mean, we're all spreading the word, and there's YouTubers who was in the area and they took footage, and this helped find Gabby. So it's not all bad. And a lot of people are coming together. So Jessica says 3,885 watching and only 1.8 thousand likes. Please like this video. It only takes a second. You're so sweet, Jessica. Thank you. And be sure, though, if you are subscribing, hit the notification bell, because I'm going to be putting out a video that I was working on this morning, and then the information came out. So I'd like to do that still tomorrow. It's still relevant, still important, and it's a little interesting. Of what I'm finding. So, Algo, that's not true. Lane says, I'm 26 and I have to stop to sleep. I do sometimes fall asleep while I'm driving on a highway. It's weird, and it's out of nowhere. So I have learned now. I'm starting to learn. I have to leave really early and not to eat until a certain point of time. Otherwise, I'll crash. Like, this is like not crash, but fall asleep. So I'm learning, and I don't drink coffee. But when I drive on a highway, I drink McDonald's coffee, so I could be like this all the way. Angela says, now that Gabby has been found, can the police bring Brian's family in? I believe they can't plead the fifth if the questioning is about crime of someone else. I don't know. I don't know that question. Anybody know that question? I'm sure they're going to be able to go and ask. If they say no, then I guess they have a lawyer. But from my understanding, that's Brian's lawyer. So, and Brian's still missing, right? So if that's the case, then I don't know, maybe like, hey, if you want to find him, you might have to talk to us. The area where Gabby was found is called Spread Creek Dispersed Campground. So that's the area where the YouTuber saw the van, and that's the same area that she was found, that I believe. Now, I don't know if it's near the van or not near the van. They didn't disclose that, but it would be in and around. Okay, I'm scrolling. Some people are like, you're too quiet when you're reading. I'm reading. Hang on, I'm reading. Alea says he wants to go back to the van. He wanted to go back to the van. 2 routes went to Jackson. 191 would pass by the van. He wanted out when he realized they took the other route. Interesting. Interesting. Thank you for that. And thank you for your super chat. You guys are so smart. Everybody's on it. They have the right to remain silent no matter what. There you go. Algo knows my age and I stand by what I hear. Very kind. Thank you. I know, Kathy. I know. So it's a really heartbreaking day for her family. I can't even imagine her mom and her dad and her stepdad and siblings, and it's just so very, very sad. And we'll find out what the cause of death is first before we start rambling off what happened. We'll find out that, and then we'll go from there. Maybe early week we will find out if they will bring that out. It's going to take a few days. Well, it's Sunday today too, right? So Julianne says Alea is exactly right. He realized he was on the wrong road, wanted to get to the other road so he could get back to the van. He was establishing an alibi for himself by hitchhiking. I love this. I'm just writing that to remind myself. Might need a writing class and need a little bit more neater. No, good grandma. Nobody deserves to lie dead and feel. That's just awful. It's just so sad. It's my time to shine, says Linda. Miranda with Hitchhiker's story was a hoax. What? I don't know about that. Really? We got to double check that. Brian is still missing as far as I know. If I got, let me just see. They don't say anything yet, so I think he's still. And I know last night when they were searching for him, they actually went, like, they called off the search because it was getting dark. So I don't know if that's the same tonight or if maybe they have now new information. I'm sure they're processing information and data as quick as possible to find out what's going on. I don't know if they're going to be taking the Mustang. They didn't take the Mustang on Friday, but maybe perhaps now that they found Gabby, if they found something, and depending on her cause of death, if it's going to lead back to Brian, then perhaps they will get a warrant and get his car and all that. So we got to remember there's the forensics involved, and they're processing probably like crazy as fast as possible. Somebody's asking, so it's been 100%. Okay, are you asking about Gabby? Yeah, so the FBI came out earlier and right away gave their condolences to the Petito family and the whole family, Gabby's family, because I understand there's two families, right? They said the body's consistent with Gabby's description of her, and forensics has to 100% confirm it, obviously, but they believe it is Gabby Petito. And the cause of death has not been determined. Thank you. So I guess now we move forward and we find out about, the other details, and then we keep going. Barb says, days and people can become routine in our lives until one day suddenly it changes without warning. Hug the people you love and tell them you love them. Life is so fragile. Thank you so much, Barb, for that. Thank you for that reminder. Especially if you get into a fight with somebody and they leave and you may never see them again, or just, that person walks out that door and you just give that little extra I love you. Take that little extra moment. Just say I love you and give a hug. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you, Barb. Thank you for that. I think that's very, very important. And it's just heartbreaking to know that the family saw the body cam, right? And you see your daughter crying on cam like that, and it's heartbreaking. And she's struggling too, right? And you don't want to see your child struggle. And you don't want to see your child getting pulled over by a cop. And you don't want to see your child, having these altercations with a man she loves. And then you definitely don't want to see what happened today, which is just every parent's worst nightmare. I can't even begin to imagine. I just know from prior cases and prior family members that this is absolutely can destroy a person and a family, and their lives are never the same. So sad. I'm almost afraid to find out what the cause of death is. I don't know how you feel, but okay. So the autopsy is scheduled for Tuesday. Okay. This is a good one here. Where's Gabby's phone? Good question. Always seems to be the phones that go missing. Good question by JJ51. How do the parents know he's missing from Tuesday? Because Tuesday, from what I read, that he went on a hike in that area and then he didn't come back. So they phoned on Friday that he was missing. They requested the cops come to the house, which we saw on Friday night. Shannon says, the YouTubers that found the van on footage lost a son, and today's his birthday. I saw a little clip about that. He died in a car crash, I think it was. Don't quote me on that. I believe it was something like that, at their little boy. And for the month of September, which I loved, I saw that clip where the month of September they do something, they encourage people to do something and kind of pay it forward, a kind thing every single day in September. So amazing, that is amazing they're doing that, and turning something like a tragedy like that into something, what's the word? Caring, like turning it around, doing something positive and encouraging other people to do something positive, which we need a little bit more kind people, especially at this time, don't you think? Oh, okay, so even more, he died in a car crash on the way to Disney for his 7th birthday. I can't even. It was so sad. It was so sad. So, entire life ahead of her. Absolutely agree. Wyoming. Susan, thank you for sharing this, Susan. You can't ever turn losing a child around. I have a son who died and it never gets better. I can't even imagine. I'm really sorry you had to go through that and you're still going through it. It's awful. I pray Brian is found by her 2 law-abiding citizen dads. Kat's got my thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to have a few things to say. The name of the YouTube page, it's Red, White, and Bethune. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. Hang on, though. I'm just going to pause it for a sec. And I'll give you guys the link. That's the link to the video. Okay, so if you did that work, hopefully that worked for you guys. You can check that out and send them some love too. All right. Whew, it's getting hot in here now. Thank you, Duval Leslie. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Cute little doggy there in your profile. Okay, so people keep asking if she's been identified. The FBI announced that the body found today matches the description of Gabby Petito. Forensics are going to say 100% if it's her, but the family's already been notified, and the condolences from the FBI and authorities have been announced. All right. Crystal's playing devil advocate, so she's right. We don't know yet if it's possible that she had a breakdown, took off, or committed suicide, and he is hiding, knowing he would be absolutely blamed, just playing devil's advocate. You make a good point. You make a good point. I just have there's just a few other red flags that I'm not so sure that's it, but we don't know yet. we'll know when they come with the cause of death. More. I guess we'll know more. However, I don't know if he would drive all the way home alone. Maybe. You never know what people do. And my blind says, Linda, with all your hard work, please remember to take care of your health. We love you and want you to be okay. Thank you so much. I do. I am learning to balance. And her autopsy is Tuesday. Okay. So, people are making comments about where she was found. They're not announcing that. That's part of the investigation. There's no talk about that. We don't know those details. Oh, there's a statement issued. I haven't seen that, other than the FBI coming out. Let me just see. So I can read this to you guys too, if you're just coming in, so you know. Let me just pull it up. Oops, sorry guys, hang with me here. Okay, so in one of these, it just says, authorities say the body found in Grand Teton National Park was likely that of Gabby Petito, saying the body matched the description of the missing woman. Authorities said the investigation is still ongoing, noting that the body is yet to be 100% positively identified, like I mentioned all throughout this stream. And then it says, earlier today, human remains were discovered consistent with the description of Gabby Petito. And then they said, our thoughts and prayers are with them, talking about the family. We ask that you all respect the privacy as they mourn the loss of their daughter. That's straight from the FBI. So now, as this is normal, that they're going to do the forensics and they're going to come back, and then you can say that it's 100% positive. No, it didn't say anything about a shallow grave or anything. Nothing. And I came on here right after it was announced. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to jet. I just wanted to chat with you and talk about this and have a spot for you guys to go where we can all, vent. And more details, I'm sure, is going to come out. A few people said that it's going to be on Tuesday that the autopsy is, so hopefully after that we'll find out, but we'll go from there. This is true. Hurt people. It's true. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Thank you for being here. Subscribe. And don't forget, in the next coming days, you're going to see more videos on this case. And I have an important one that I really wanted to get out. I was going to get it out today, but obviously this news is important. So we'll see you later, you guys, and see you in the next video. Thanks to the mods. Bye.